There is a door we all come to, one that protects the facts and truths that hold our reality together from that which floats beyond reason and sanity. Once we walk through that door, nothing is ever the same. We can become lost in the abyss of man's imagination, wandering down the long hall into the kind of madness that is dangerously pervasive, infected with a delirium most foul and contagious until we are all unable to navigate our way back to what is real. It is here where we find absurd conspiracies. Before the modern age, humans looked up at the sky and wondered what was up there, if the clouds were mountains in the sky. Later, once we had conquered the skies, we looked out into the cosmos and asked if there was life beyond our world. Yet some people believe that not only are we asking the wrong questions, we might be looking for the wrong life forms. And this has led them to a revelation that, if true, changes everything we know and understand about ourselves. And while we have believed that humans are the predominant species here on Earth, we might just be one of thousands of life forms in the service of the true master life form. And it is one that we have already found on countless worlds, some right here in our solar system.
Yes, well, people are looking for humans-like planets to support human-like life. But what if that is not the rule? That our kind of life is superfluous to the universe's life? What if clouds are the real life form, and that we, along with all other forms of life, are in the service of them? Clouds are the life form, and water is their blood. It feeds us. We are made up of it. And then when we die, we dehydrate, and the cloud blood returns to the sky. And perhaps with our essence with it, like a micro version of the soul, and that the so-called ascension to heaven is really just our essence returning to the clouds from whence we came.
Many that believe this see the religious stories as allegoric tales that can be simply the cycle of water, clouds, rain, and the growth that comes from these processes. And as to the notion of somewhere that is below and evil, they say that modern science and modern geology have answered this question as well.
We have located a hidden ocean of water, the cloud blood, under the earth. It resides in a geological zone where it is hot, but not so hot that it evaporates. This could be the answer to the question of hell, that higher density water particles that drop below the surface are tainted or impure in some way, and that they do not evaporate and rise to the cloud heaven to be reborn. Instead, they drop to this underground ocean, a place where they will be on the verge of boiling for all time.
If they are right, these clouds are not only a life form here, but they are replete in our solar system. Places like Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Venus are covered with these kinds of life. And even moons in the solar system have these life forms. Titan is a good example, filled with methane cloud life forms. And possibly, like here on Earth, these clouds are responsible for the lower life forms below them.
There are about 10 kinds of clouds in the atmosphere, and coincidentally, about 10 kinds of races in humanity, offering a cloud god for each civilization or race. There is a reason that the ancient people looked up. It is because they knew that these clouds were their gods, and that they were all part of this process of renewal for these gods. The union with the gods occurred all the time through their blood water running through us and in us, and then when we released it at death, it was returned to them.
If these believers are right, then we have been doing damage and creating false cloud gods with industry and manufacturing, and expelling toxins up at the clouds for centuries now, and they say that the weather and floods and droughts and hurricanes and other what we call natural weather phenomenon are really anger and retribution of these real and true gods of this and countless other worlds, and that these gods were angered once before, and that is where the great flood came from. Should this be proven to be true, we should try to explain and repair our relationship with these cloud gods. Because one thing is for sure, while there are countless other life forms here on Earth that can service their needs, we cannot survive without them, nor can we withstand their anger.